Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. It is the weekend. Specifically, it is Saturday morning. And on a Saturday morning, our meditation is always called Come to Your Senses, because it is a journey through our 5 physical senses, what we see and hear and smell and taste and touch. And I've got a long piece by Laura Meyer to share with you today, and I'll probably not read through all of it, but it'll be in the email when I send out the email in a little while after meditation. It'll all be in there. Somebody, good morning, happy Saturday. So let's get into it. Coming to our senses, in other words, bringing our attention to our senses, assists in grounding ourselves in the full physical experience of this moment. It draws our thinking away from chasing phantom ideas into the fully immersed experience of what this moment is making available. Anthony, good evening to you, man. It's good to see you. Karen, good morning. Good morning. It's good to have you here. I hope you have a bit of time to sit down and meditate with us. And Estelle, hello. It is so good to see you. Happy Saturday morning to you, Estelle. Awesome having you here. Right, so Laura Meyer does a really good job of analyzing this whole sense thing, and she writes about it beautifully. I'll share a little bit of that with you. She says, our senses are the way we interpret and experience the world. We gather information about our experience through our senses. For many of us, these senses have become dull and numb, and we wonder why we aren't experiencing a life of more quality and richer experience. The practice is simply to be more present to our 5 senses in this moment. What am I hearing, seeing, feeling, tasting, smelling? So she writes about the senses this way. She says, seeing clearly. Begin observing any stories your mind tells you. When you look at a new car, a magazine, a picture of people walking, notice the mind engage in past memories, future thoughts, judging, assuming, and notice anywhere else your mind travels outside of what it is that you're actually seeing. Just observe, just notice. This is enough. Nala, a very good Saturday morning to you. It is awesome having you. Hello. Then she says, listen deep. Make sure you are hearing the other person and not just hearing what you want to hear. Am I listening to you, or am I listening to my thoughts of the past or the future? Is your mind busy planning and judging? I'm sorry, what did you say? Make sure that you are not hearing things that were not said due to an anxious, angered mind. Just practice hearing in this moment, allowing thoughts to fade to the background. What is it that I hear? A telephone? Birds? A closing door? Stay here for a moment. Relax and just hear. So in the email that I send out in a little while, the rest will be there as well. She says, feel fully, taste with intention, and inhale the world. Right, so if you are ready, let's get into our own sensory experience today. Let's all come to our senses together. You can close your eyes. We'll start with the first few big breaths. Let's take a deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. Deep breath in. And out. One more big breath in. And let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine, lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. As you exhale, soften. As you breathe out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and drop your head. Our journey today is a journey through this body, and we'll start right now by checking in with different parts of our body. While you continue your full body breathing, with your next exhale, bring your attention to your forehead, the space between your eyes. Do you find yourself sometimes carrying a frown there? We can so easily have tension in that space between our eyes without realizing it. But if we frowning and carrying tension there, our body feels the tension. With your next exhale, bring your attention to the area in and around your mouth. Do you find yourself grinding your teeth sometimes? Or is your tongue perhaps pressed hard against the roof of your mouth? Jaw muscles clenched. And in this moment, is everything there softened? Bring your attention to your neck and shoulders. Do you sometimes find your shoulders pulled up high, almost level with your ears? And when you do you remind yourself to soften them? And in this moment, are they hanging loosely off the sides of your body? bring your attention to your stomach area, specifically to your abdominal muscles, the place where tension hides the most easily for the longest period of time. Can you feel your abs softening right now? Then bring your attention to your butt cheeks. Are you clenching, or have you softened there? And then lastly, arms and legs, specifically your hands though. Do you sometimes find them curled into tight balls, tight fists? And in this moment, are they lying half open in your lap? We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, further helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. Let's take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles, going forward and to the left, and forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. And as you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. Lean your upper body over to the left. And also lean your upper body over to the right. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at least as much as we are able to, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this is a very good place to stop. But if you are here for the whole journey, then with every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. Let's take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, make it the longest, slowest exhale that you can. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body and feel how softness slowly settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling, feel your body slowly softening, and feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting, feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath, but hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, I'm just reminding you, our journey is about this body and its senses. So as you take a deep breath, as you dive deep inside, say hello to this body. Perhaps even wrap your arms around this body and say, hello, body. It really is good to have you. Take your next big breath. The journey of our senses starts at the top and works its way through our body. The first stop is your eyes. In this exercise, we don't open our eyes, though we keep them closed and see with our mind. But if you were to open your eyes, what would be the most obvious thing that you would see? Take a moment and find it with your mind. And then as you take your next big breath and dive deep inside, use your mind to study this obvious thing from all of its angles. Try and see all of its color and find all of its texture. Take your next big breath. We'll change gears and still sticking to what we can see, this time with your eyes closed, find in your room what would be the least obvious thing that you'd see if you were to open your eyes. Perhaps it's something really small, perhaps it's just something hidden from your usual sight. Find that less obvious thing. And as you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, study it from all of its angles, see all of its color, find all of its texture. Take your next big breath. Thank your eyes for the experience they give you. We'll take a step down to our ears and what they hear. And with your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, pay attention to the most obvious sound that you can hear. Listen deep into it. Can you hear all of the different vibrations in this obvious sound? Take your next big breath. And then shift your attention to the least obvious sound that you can find. scan the area around you and find the tiniest whisper. Lean into it and see how much of it you can draw in and hear. Take your next big breath. For the next 2 stops, change your breathing to whatever works for you, whatever helps you smell and taste. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, bring your attention to what you can smell. Is there any obvious smell that you can find right now? Take your next big breath. And are you able to get even deeper beyond the first obvious smell? Are you able to find anything else, any other layer of smell? Take your next big breath. Take a moment to thank your nose for the experience that it provides you. We'll take another step down to your mouth and what you can taste. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, bring your attention to the possibility that there might be an obvious taste to find. See if you can get there. What are you able to taste right now? Take your next big breath. And then as you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, are you able to find any other layer of taste? Anything else at all? Take your next big breath. Thank your mouth for the experience that it provides you. And the last stop is the surface of our skin. Scan the surface of your skin from top to bottom. And pay attention to where on your skin do you feel the most obvious sensation. And as you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, feel deep into that obvious sensation. What are all the different pressures and different sensations you can find in that one obvious spot? Take your next big breath. Then one more time, bring your attention to the least obvious sensation on the surface of your skin. Where on your skin is a spot that you can only just feel something there, perhaps the air touching your cheek. Take your next big breath. Thank your skin for the sensory experience it provides you. And then we'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath holding space and into the next. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it long, make it a really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel how softness settles in every fiber of your being. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. Take a moment to reflect on how much of your body's sensory experience do you miss out on because you're not being present. What are all the things you don't see? Because your mind has jumped into the future or is stuck in the past. The old saying goes, stop and smell the roses. Do you? I try, but I have to remind myself very often, which is why I have this meditation at least once a week. Remember to stop and smell the roses. I'll read to you just a little bit more from Laura Meyer. And again, the whole piece will be in the email after this. She says, feel fully. Hugs go unfelt. Emotions go unnoticed, leaving us feeling unsatisfied with our lives. Emotional feelings create many of our choices because we tend to be reactive. It behooves us to pay attention. Do you feel sad? Do you feel frustrated? Do you feel peaceful, perhaps? Just begin to ask, how do I feel in this moment? We limit our lives with good or bad. What does that mean for you? And next time you give a hug, or a kiss, or a pat on the back, stop for a moment to actually experience it. Don't let that moment slip by. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for this body with all of its wonderful senses. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for the reminder to stop and smell the roses. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for the reminder to stop and immerse myself in the experience with the humans around me, the contact with the humans around me. Feel the hug. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for the reminder to stop and immerse myself in where I am right now. What am I really feeling? Can I take a moment to really feel it? Can I put words to it? Can I describe it more fully than a single word? One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Whatever you do next, whatever you get up and do right now, make that a reminder to really get into it. Are you going to have a cup of tea right now? A cup of coffee? Breakfast, or perhaps a midnight snack if you're Anthony? Pause for a moment and really feel into everything that's there. Make it a reminder right now. I'll do that too. I'll have a coffee. Thank you, Estelle. Thank you, Nella. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Sunmarie. Wendy, thanks for popping in. I hope you had the opportunity to sit down with us for a while. Have a great day. Have an awesome weekend. And tomorrow's meditation right here is a quiet one. So join us for that one too. See you soon. Ciao, ciao.